Welcome to the San Antonio ISD's Family Power Hour workshop series. I am Michelle Reyes, and I will be taking you through a guide to what your students should be learning every grade period. Today I will be taking you through 6 objectives. What is a curriculum guide? Benefits of curriculum guides, the curriculum guide outline, how to access SAISD's curriculum guides, the next steps, and parent resources. What is a curriculum guide? The SAISD curriculum guides were developed by the Office of Academics to help guide parents in the active participation of their child's academic growth. A curriculum guide will provide parents with a way of monitoring and supporting their child's at-home learning process. Let's talk about some benefits of the curriculum guides. Inform parents of what their child is learning every 9 weeks in every subject. To inform parents of the learning targets and goals that their child will reach in every subject, and to equip parents with tools to academically support their child in every subject. Next, we will talk about the curriculum guide outline. Each curriculum guide will be labeled with a subject and a grade level, have a unit number and the academic goal for the unit, have the student learning targets, questions to check for understanding, and key academic vocabulary. Please note that curriculum guides will vary based on grade level and subject. Let's take a look at Mathematics Grade 3. This academic overview can be used to monitor and support your child's at-home learning progress. As you can see under Unit 1 Geometry, your student learning targets. These are the targets that should have been met in the first 9 weeks. You will also see questions to check for unit understanding. You can ask these questions to your student to make sure they have an understanding of what was taught in the first 9 weeks. And then the key vocabulary, the key academic vocabulary, are some words and phrases that your student will have learned in the first 9 weeks. Let's take a look at high school social studies. The difference here is that you can see all courses: World Geography, World History, U.S. History since 1877, U.S. Government, and Economics. You will also see under Unit 1 the student learning targets. These are the targets that should have been met by your student within the first 9 weeks. Questions to check for unit understanding. These are the questions that you would ask your student to make sure that they have reached those targets. And then the key academic vocabulary, which includes terms and phrases that your student should know within the first 9 weeks. How to access SAISD's curriculum guides. How to access SAISD's curriculum guides in 4 easy steps. First, go to www.saisd.net in your search browser. 2, click the Parents and Students page. 3, go to Quick Links. And 4, click on the Parent-Student Conference resources. Okay, now let's do a live demo. First, you will log into www.saisd.net from your web browser. Here, you will click on the Parent-Student tab. Then under Quick Links, you will find another section called Parent-Teacher Conference Resources. Click on that. And here you will find the learning resources for families. Over here on the left, you'll see some tips for parents, some questions that you can ask the teacher during your conference, and a list of other resources, including the assessments calendar, a Canvas parent toolkit, after-school programs, guides to map growth, which is one of the assessments, the Frontline Parent Portal, the instructional calendar for the year, Parents and Students webpage and parent workshops, and a list of other resources. But over here on the right, you can see the actual curriculum guides. The curriculum guides are a tool used to monitor and support your child's at-home learning process, whether it's remote or in person. And some of the benefits that we mentioned earlier include, that they will inform parents of what their child is learning every 9 weeks in every subject. Even asking questions parents can use to engage with their child at home to see where they are during the 9 weeks. Also, how to use the curriculum guides, selecting the grade and subject you'd like to review with your child. Read through the document and engage in your child's education by asking them questions to check for unit understanding. So for example, like we mentioned earlier, we're going to click on grade 3, and here you can see the subjects listed. And in reference to what we were talking about earlier in mathematics, you would click on mathematics. And here you would actually be able to see under Unit 4, the student learning targets. We discussed those earlier. Questions to check for unit understanding. These are some of the actual questions that you can ask your child to make sure that they understand the target areas. And then also the key academic vocabularies, which are terms and phrases that are being used during the 9 weeks. And you want to make sure that your children are understanding the vocabulary in those terms and phrases. And then it goes on to talk about other units for mathematics. Okay, so we're going to go back to grade 3, we'll close that up, and we'll talk about high school. So just like we mentioned before, we looked at social studies. And if you click here on the second 9 weeks, or the first 9 weeks, you would click on social studies. And then it would list all the courses within social studies, which included world geography and several other courses listed before. And here again, you would see the student learning targets. How I can explain how physical processes shape and impact the physical environment of a place and region. Can your child do that? Also, questions to check for unit understanding. What forces have helped shape Earth's platforms, climate, and plant life? Is your child able to answer that question? And then, for example, a key academic vocabulary. Region, an area of land that shares a common characteristic. Do they know what region means in those second 9 weeks? So those are just some examples of what the curriculum guides look like, and now you can be better equipped to support your student. You'll also notice here that within those curriculum guides, you can view the content in English and in Spanish. Here are the next steps. So what are your next steps? You can use your Canvas account to see the subject your child is learning about or contact your child's teacher. You can visit www.saisd.net to view the curriculum guides by grade level and subject. You can read and review the unit information by grade level for your child's subjects. You can ask the child the questions to check for unit understanding. If you have questions about the curriculum guides, you can reach out to your child's teacher. Here are some parent resources. Make sure you have a Canvas account to access your child's information. Teachers began having parent conferences beginning October the 13th and went through October the 30th, but you can still request a conference at any time during the school year. Ask your child's teacher about the findings of your child's assessments, Circle, Map Growth, and Map Reading Fluency assessments. Log on to www.saisd.net/parent workshops for additional workshops on how to support your child's academic success. These workshops will continue throughout the school year. And remember, families, if you have any additional questions about the curriculum guides, please contact your student's teacher. Thank you, families, and we'll see you next time at the next Family Power Hour workshop.